with a crew of problematic bachelors, and we call ourselves the Squad.
How did it ever get so wrong? Crying in the stall of a washroom floor. You niggas don't know where I'm from. Don't know how I got it, but I'm all alone. And I be waking up feeling as lonely as I was before. But
What a bop. Hello, everyone. I hope you're having a lovely Friday. Welcome back to the, is this the final or is this the after show? I can't decide. Of
the reunion show.
Week. The reunion show. And we're about to spill some tea. So let's just take the rounds and introduce ourselves.
Hi, everyone. I'm Devesha. My channel is Grape Fry. I don't post any writing-related videos anymore. Maybe I'll get back into it.
Maybe she won't. Keep watching.
Hi, I'm Katie Ann. I am currently hosting / running JanuaryMo, which is a non-sanctioned nano event where I'm trying to write 50,000 words in a new project. But now I've been sidetracked once again by Devesha. But it's fine. That's a topic for a later date.
Hi, everybody. I'm Wallace or Wallissimo, and theoretically, depending on how productive I am during this sprint or this stream, I'll have a video going up later today. It'll be a, what's it been called? Time-lapsed plan with me as I set up a author journal for a specific project. So,
spoiler alert, it is a gorgeous journal.
Thank you. It's very simple. I didn't want to go like all the bells and whistles because I wanted it to be a place of, ooh, I should save all this for the commentary. That's my thing, is I haven't filled the voiceover yet. So it depends on how long it takes me to actually film and edit the voiceover. But theoretically, it might be going up today. So
very excited.
Oh, yeah.
And hello, it's me, your boy Stieg. I am a professional hot, sometimes writer, sometimes mess. Always mess, by the way, maybe. And I'll be working on my Prince Caspian retelling project today. Why don't we just take another round, Devesha, and also this is for chat, and just say how we felt like live streaming in the second week of JanuaryMo went? Like, because our intention was to, like, when you hit that week 2 slump, to kind of get over the slump.
Mm-hmm.
How slumpy are we today, Devesha?
Well, I'm feeling good today. I'm feeling great.
Just thriving. Love that for you.
Yeah, I feel like getting my booster shot on a Tuesday was not the move because it decapitated me for Wednesday.
She was down.
But, I had lofty goals, as I always do, and fulfilled none of them. So I'm just letting it roll off my shoulders, as I always do. So at least I didn't verbally make any promise. This time I didn't verbally make any promises, so no one but me knows.
How slumpy have you been this week, Catherine?
I don't know if I've been slumpy particularly. I was doing good for like the first half of the week, and then came to edit my video, which always just smacks me down a couple of pegs. So I'm ready to get back into it today. Hit the weekend running because Jess is running her 15K weekend. So I'm not trying to get 15K, but I am trying to catch up because I'm just a little bit behind, just a little bit.
Well, as the host for JanuaryMo, I'll come back to you in a moment, but I also want to hear from Wallace. How did you feel like live streaming the second week went, and what is your slump level at?
Well, since I am not currently participating in JanuaryMo, I wasn't facing a JanuaryMo. This is public knowledge.
Just kidding.
It was not news.
It was a fake sardonic gasp.
I know. I haven't felt a writing slump, especially because I'm not writing. I'm researching and setting up to start writing probably soonish, actually. But I don't think I have slumped in that. I've been doing a chunk of activities for writing every single day, or for developing the story, I should say. I finished an entire research book, which was really exciting. I made my author journal, and then I started a new research book, which I was very skeptical whether or not this one would actually aid me or not. It's all about how to construct herbal teas and their design and stuff, which is actually quite a significant part of my story plot. But on the second or third page, it was in a true herbal tea, you will have these 5 elements. It was something like a king, a prince, a digester, a messenger, and something else. And I was like, oh my God, I'm going to like put that in the book. And then there are going to be characters that represent that. And oh my gosh. And so I got really excited. So
I love that for you.
I know. Isn't that so cool? So if there are people out there who are like, oh, maybe I should research this topic before I start writing it. And you're like, oh, that seems like a lot of work. Let me just tell you, I feel like compared to 2 weeks ago when I first started, my story already feels so much more fleshed out in my mind because of doing the research. So
that is like the best feeling when you're like super excited for your story.
Yeah.
Also,
so anyway, sorry, I talk so much. But
which one of, if you have to like rank all of us in a T component, which one would we be and which one would Tom Tom be?
Well, okay. Well, hold on. Let me actually name them out correctly. Hold on.
I think I'm the prince.
I found it. Okay, here we
I'm
go.
definitely the queen.
Okay, here we go, you guys. No, you have to have all the knowledge. Okay.
Oh.
So there's a king and a prince, and those are the two main flavors, with like the king being the most important and the prince being kind of an opposite end extreme to kind of balance the king. But then there's the harmonizer, which is meant to be the bridge between the two. Then there's the digester, which I didn't really read much of that yet. And then a messenger, which is meant to like get the tea to the correct part of the body, which, you know, we all know that is how that works. But yeah, so there you go. It's king, prince, harmonizer, digester, or digestive, I think, and then the messenger. So
I think Tom Tom is maybe the messenger or the digestive of the group.
Okay, interesting.
I think Waltz is the harmonizer.
Me too. I was gonna say
I was
that.
thinking that too.
Thank you.
And I was like, Devasia is definitely the king because she's the backbone of this cloud chasing incorporation we got going on. And then Kate is the prince because she adds the spice, and that leaves me the last one.
The king.
Miranda, you are killing it this morning. That's hilarious.
You have to understand, I was so excited because I literally have a main trio in my book, and then I have two very important, I mean, there are tons of side characters, but of the side characters, there are two extremely important ones. So I was like, oh my God, the fact that there are 5 elements to making a good tea, and tea making and like the culture behind tea making is a huge part of the story, and there are 5 really important characters. I was like, it's just amazing when the world works that way. And you're like, this element can be incorporated into the story. So anyway, nobody steal this idea, please. I was very excited about it. Please don't take it.
Can't copyright an ID, Wallace.
I know.
Plus, no one's going to be able to do HR like you do.
Yeah, that's true.
That is very true. So that's very exciting news. Katie, pinning back to the NaNoWriMo, the hostess with the mostest, how have you felt hosting the event has been in terms of accountability for your own projects and writing?
Ooh. I think there's been a lot of, I feel like I felt very accountable because I feel like I kind of got to be like leading the charge. Not leading the charge, that sounds weird, but like I'm making my progress. I'm not falling behind because I feel like y'all will be disappointed in me, or at least be like, you know. So.
The secret is I'm always disappointed in you, Catherine. So
yeah, so I've always got to strive to be better.
Yeah.
How's your NaNoWriMo?
I'm mad.
My NaNoWriMo is going fine. I do my 20 minutes a day. I feel like I could do more. Some days I have done more, but I don't want to commit to more. So I'm whoa.
Hello?
Sorry, my brain just rebooted. So my target goal is still 20 minutes. Let's just go through and say hello to some people. Hi, Danny. Hi, Courtney. Hi, Mara. Hi, Rising in Paris.
Oh, hi.
Hi, Writing Violet. Crystal. Laura.
Hi, Laura.
Becca. Marta. And Caitlin. And Klatscha.
Listen.
I'm taking it personally so that I didn't get a wrench. Katie, as our social media manager.
I have an explanation. My explanation is, unless you've streamed on screen with us, you don't get a wrench yet. Because if I didn't, I would have gone ham and given literally everyone who shows up a wrench, and this would just be entirely wrenches.
I feel like there's going to be. So
the people you gave wrenches are the people who streamed with us this week?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. There's only 4 people who have wrenches. Well, besides us, obviously, and Jod.
Oh yeah.
Thank you, Mara. I also love the intro. It is really like the vibes are immaculate. And also, I worked really hard for this, and I want to thank my 3 guests for making this happen. I want to thank the Academy, and I want to thank Jod, first and foremost.
Praise be to God, Jod.
The episode where the cast reflects on the season. Yes.
The round table reflection.
Yeah.
Where we just find
The tell-all.
Yeah.
Who's the Real
Actors on
Housewives guy?
actors.
Andy something, who kind of parlays these.
Andy Cohen?
Is that him?
Is that the guy who was crazy drunk on New Year's Eve?
Yes.
Great
What a legacy.
mediator. John, do I love that intro though? Same Z's. Hi Miranda.
Miranda.
Katie's name tag, yes. What is your name tag?
It's the emoji.
Oh. Wait, there wasn't no intro for me? The stream just started with Grape talking. I'm sorry,
Aw.
Danny.
Oh,
This
it's
is an intro.
because well, it's like 10 seconds delayed, and then maybe your internet specifically wasn't quite up to speed, and so you came in late or something like that.
During first sprint, you can go back and watch it.
Yeah, I guess I have to
Or
watch
Katie
the
can
replay.
just play it again.
Yeah, theoretically.
Not the countdown, but just the clip, because we have that separate, don't we?
Yeah, I think I do.
Let's not, Katie. Let me
It's
just
gonna
get
be-
through these comments,
That is,
please.
it is Stig's.
Don't
stream.
backseat drive my stream.
I was
hello,
asked.
Genevieve,
Hi,
by the
Jennifer.
host.
No, by Wallace, who's the CEO. And
It's fair enough. What does the hierarchy go?
She is not the CEO of me.
she's the CEO of me.
The intro is just serotonin, yep. Troublemakers tell all. Genevieve just finished editing the main character tag video, including making a short documentary, about some certain troublemakers.
What?
Ooh, I'm
that's
intrigued.
interesting.
Make sure to post that in the bulletin board.
What's the difference between a documentary and an expose?
Exposés are like
Diff-
scandalous. They're like,
Mhm.
So I feel this would be a short expose.
What scandal have we done?
Hi, Casey. Dennis had a lovely time writing with y'all. Not only is she keeping up with outlining one chapter a day, but as of last night, she is one ahead. That is amazing. Fucking crushing it, Danny. Miranda, this sprint series has been so nice. I haven't been as productive as I may have wanted, but it's fine. Love it either way. I'll take you any which way, Miranda, as long as you're here and present.
And consensual, I sure hope.
And consensualized. And platonically. Tag yourself. I'm the jester. Marta's feeling very slumpy, but that's primarily related to changing from sunny beach weather to -2 degrees and then jumping straight back to work. Trouble Week has been keeping me relatively sane, though. Or have we been hindering your sanity?
Mm.
Maybe that's why
we're
you're slumpy.
detrimental to your mental health.
Mhm.
For sure. Up until being stuck in Windows Update hell this week has been super productive, which has been nice considering November and December was trash, lol. Danny's the prince. I can see that. Harmonizer, the middle child. I'm a middle child. This tracks. The harmonizer because every teen needs a Fifth Harmony stan. It's very true. Very true. I added a Fifth Harmony song to my project playlist the other day. So
Ooh, which
Tracks.
one?
I'm in love with a monster. Is that what it's called?
I don't know that one, I don't think.
It's a bop, like most Fifth Harmony songs. Is it even Fifth Harmony? Yeah. That's a Camila Cabello group, right?
Yes.
And Romani.
Although she's not in it anymore.
Is it a
No
thing
one's in
anymore?
it anymore.
Haven't they broken up?
Oh.
Since I'm still reading through my manuscript, it's hard to gauge if I've had a slump or not. I'm just going. I was like, gorge. Nope.
You got it.
Gauge. Digestives in the UK are delicious biscuits you take with tea. And if nothing, Miranda is the delicious biscuit you take with the Troublemakers.
It's true.
Having folks to write with through the week was awesome. I got to 50k yesterday and currently have 13 scenes left to write. That is amazing. Also, Mara, you're crushing it on every plane of existence in this sprintathon.
Murdering it.
I think Casey's messenger because she's the social media manager for everyone. Also track. Ooh, Genevieve is shooting for a 5k. God bless.
Oh.
Frog emoji, coffee emoji. Frogs are people too. Today is my first day working from home. Ooh, I don't think I could have like a working from home kind of situation. One of my blessings / curses during the Panini has been having to go into work, I guess, because that keeps me sane, which is weird.
That is my ideal situation.
Home office.
That's why I want to be a writer.
That's why I don't want to be a writer. My internet really isn't cooperating today, but I wanted to pop by and say hi, at least. Cat emoji, black square. Have a fun stream. Have a lovely day, Flora. Please don't rank us. Can we
Could
do an
never.
alignment chart for the Trouble Troopers?
Ooh.
No polls allowed, yeah. Who does want to start with us? What does that mean? Okay, but I feel like contributing to the channel by co-hosting should be given equal points to... Well... Equal points to contributing to the channel with art from a wrench-giving perspective. She makes a very strong
agree.
case, HR.
I think that's a super strong case.
Marta, comment again.
Good morning, Jod. I hope you
Hi,
have a lovely
Jod.
day at your job. Miranda's always here. She never leaves until she has meetings during sprint times. Ooh, Marta has a good point. She did make the channel
I'll do
banner.
it. I want to do it. I want to do it.
I think she is already. I love when she's sassy. That was if that was Marta's sassy, then that's very mild. But I love that you're standing up for yourself, Marta. Have at us.
Well thought out argument, I think. And
Yeah.
I agree.
Good morning, some deep mystery. Good morning, Lexi. In love with the monster is from Hotel Transylvania. That tracks for my story. It is Hotel Transylvania meets the French Revolution. Miranda Biscuit.
Have you seen Hotel Transylvania?
I've seen number 3, I think.
Okay.
Because I watched it with my nieces and nephews. And I was like, I'm not going to watch Hotel Transylvania 1 and 2 to get up on the storyline. I'm just going to jump straight into it.
I
And
just
as it,
fair, you don't need to watch 1 and 2 to watch 3.
yeah, that's what I figured out because I understood everything that was going on.
I just remember in the second movie, in like early days, in the second movie, early scenes, the dad and daughter go, whoa, spoiler alert for Hotel Transylvania 2.
If you're planning to see it, mute now.
The dad and daughter go flying as bats, and she reveals to him that she's pregnant as a bat. And the way she does it is so unnecessary. Like it's so unnecessarily suggestive. Like she uncovers her body to show her bat bump, and it's like the eyes she's giving him. I'm like, girl, that is your father, Selena Gomez. Like, don't be looking at him like that. Anyway, I just remember that.
Marta,
Yay.
and we have a happy Marta. Marta, you could go to law school. That was a solid argument. Miranda's jealous at Malin. One of her fave snacks from study abroad is the biscuits, probably digestive biscuits. We have them in Norway too. They're like, okay. The chocolate covered one slaps, but like the digestive biscuits themselves are just like hay biscuits. I definitely could get some here, but it's just harder. Shocked emoji. LOL. I've also only seen the third Hotel Transylvania. I guess there's a reason I haven't seen the 2 first, because the third one was like, you know what? I do not want to get emotionally invested in this franchise. I'm okay with this. She can use this to block Michael when he says hello at me 5 times in a row. There's the sassy Marta. Don't watch 3, it's bad. 1 and 2 are good. I feel like you all are getting all willy-nilly with the wrench power. We believe in power amongst the people, and we will not apologize for that, Jod. Just like how I've only seen the second How to Train Your Dragon. I've only seen one of them too, and it's like the one where they go to the...
Spoiler alert.
Spoilers.
They go to this bad place in this ice cave, and I'm not sure which one it is, but...
But the first one is so good.
Lexi want wrench too, but not one of these wrenches, a real wrench. If you give me your address in the chat, Lexi, I'll mail one to you.
Don't do that. Don't do that.
For legal reasons, that was a joke. Yes, that is what they're for, in the library with the wrench. Yeah, I'm exclusively talking about the chocolate cover ones. Thank you. Then I can agree. Caitlin was picturing a... Fix it, Lexi, but whomping people works too. Laura has chocolate-covered digestive biscuits right now. Wow, small world. Or for Full Metal Alchemist fanfics where Winry is always called a wench and it gets autocorrected to wrench and their writer never fixes it. Anyone that hasn't seen the first How to Train Your Dragon, you need to fix that immediately. Sprint time. Your
Immediately.
word is my command, Clutcha. Let me just pull up a sprint timer. I think I'm going to go with the Capricorn one just because, it's Capricorn season and because Violet is Violet.
It's almost your birthday. 3 days.
Almost my birthday. I don't want whoever this Violet is. I want Riding Violet.
Riding Violet's the only one that matters, so.
Yeah, for realsies. Let's see. Share. Chrome tab. Capricorn. Share. Bloop.
Oh, so
Oop,
pretty.
it had already started. Let's not get ahead of ourselves. Yeah, I guess ready, set, go. The first train dragon is so sweet. Marta, it's not streaming anywhere, so gonna have to just watch Pirate Dead, I guess.
It's been
Let's
out
go.
for a while. Let's hope we don't get another vomiting ad.
Oh, I'm sorry. How did y'all do for that Sprinterino?
I did another load of laundry, and then I cleared some space on the opposite wall because I think I'm going to move my desk over there for the next thing.
Ooh! New scene
I
change.
love refurnishing shit. Oh, I live for that. I think it's all the years I played Sims. I'm like, this is Tetris, but in real life. I'm obsessed.
I just wish it didn't make me so damn tired. Unlike in The Sims where I can just click and drag heavy things.
Well, Liz had to leave for a little moment. She might be back, she might not, but that's your answer.
Guess we'll find out.
Catherine?
I did pretty good. I was jamming out to my character playlist so I can get in the mood to write this like epic chase scene. And then I also got some donuts. So sorry if I'm making y'all hungry by eating.
So you were giving music recommendations in chat, so...
I was. I do have my playlist posted in the Discord if you want to go follow me on Spotify. So I'm pretty good at making playlists if I do so myself.
It's literally all I've been watching for the last 3 weeks, Jess. It is what it is. It is what it is. I wrapped a birthday present, tried to do some artsy-fartsy stuff on it. Didn't end up good, but it is what it is. So I got no writing done. But I did wrap this and drew some... Oh, you can't see that. Oh, it's a blur for me.
Actually, I think those look pretty good.
That looks nice.
Cute. That's cute.
It's her birthday. She's not getting married or anything, so who cares? I got that out of the way, which was nice. Also baked a cake, not in that break, but previously, before the stream.
Oh, yes. How'd it go? You told us about that yesterday.
The meringue was in the oven a little too long, which was still 15 minutes shorter than the recommended time. But it's the first time I baked meringue in my oven, so I'm not sure if it's just like, do I have a powerful oven, or do I just not know how to follow directions? Could be either. We'll never know.
Drive. It's about power.
It could be about it's about money we devour venom. Let's see. It is the right song, and that's one of the hills I will die on. We got some digestive fun facts. If anyone wondered, then what was the comment? I should have started this when I was reading it. Oh, hi, welcome back.
How'd you do that sprint, Miss Wallace? You are muted.
It was completely unproductive, but well, not productive in the way I intended. There was things occurring at the house that needed to be taken care of. So that entire sprint was consumed by that, plus some. So.
Miranda had questions about the digestive biscuits, and Malin had answers. In fact, not for tea, they're for fibers for your intestines, I guess. Also, Jess was a little mad about 4 Mercury grades and Capricorn season. I
thought that said Freddie Mercury living the dream in this bitch. I was so confused for a second.
I don't know. I kind of like... I saw Nikki was like, ugh, for Mercury retrogrades. I kind of like the Mercury retrograde. I think it's like, do I enjoy the emotional labor of having to face my past? No, but am I thankful that Mercury is taking that decision for me? Also, yes.
I like that I have something to blame shit on. Like, printer not working? Oh, fucking Mercury. Things get canceled? Fucking Mercury. Omicron becoming worse? Fucking Mercury. Just blame Mercury.
Yeah.
Voice crack? Mercury.
But I'm still glad you're here, Vicky. Welcome. Welcome. Also, hello, Brandy. And hello, Samantha. And then there was a music talk. Crystal went on a journey there and back again. Thought she didn't do a video this week. Went to look, and apparently she did. Apparently she thought the whole week went by since Monday. And she thinks she needs coffee. Also, Danny had a question. that was never posted. So
We're
I'm
just
like,
gonna live in.
she got an answer, but we'll never know.
I guess we'll never know.
Guess we'll never know.
Genevieve got 80 words, but to be fair, she started when you were already like halfway into the sprint. That's on you, Genevieve, but I'm happy that you got 80 words. You were missed, Wallace, by Miranda. Casey made herself some breakfast that sprint. Crave is giving us season 2 set refresh.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm thinking about getting some new pieces, a new bookcase.
Yeah, it's when that budget up, you know, when the show is successful, that's when they do like the workroom and whatever. Kitty's nameplate consumed Wallace. Oh no! Mara got exactly 1,000 words, fucking crushing it, killing it.
Ooh, amazing.
It's about drive, it's about power. I have none, but Mara devours.
Venom.
Sam took care of the dogs and trying out Wordle. Everywhere, like, I never heard about it until yesterday on the stream, and then like fucking 5 people on my Instagram reels or my Instagram stories are like just doing the daily Wordle.
Samantha Shannon was doing the Wordle.
Yeah, it's the one where you got the inspiration for.
No, I saw a TikTok about it.
Okay. Well, for some reason, that's a hill I'm going to die on. Like, I'll never do Wordle.
But Samantha Shannon does it.
I know, but
I think Samantha Shannon does.
yeah, but no. Some Deep Mystery got 254 and more research. Research into what, if I might inquire? Lexi, for some reason, the login for the query manager seemed to be inaccurate, so I gave up on gatekeeping until I have my meeting in an hour. I mean, you didn't give up. You just made like the wait for anyone waiting for a manuscript feedback an hour longer. And then it's over for all those poor authors. Danny finished chapter 15, cried about the gaze, then talked to my friend Danny about D&D and also dealt with some chaos with Violet, Crystal, and Martha. Also secretive.
Mm.
Oof, yeah, the power, absolute
But
power.
secretive in the way where they want us to know that there's a secret, but they're not going to tell us.
Is this how this feels when we do that?
Is this the consequences of our own actions?
Like,
Yeah.
this
Is
is how
this
it
the
feels.
president we have set? Oh, God.
You get a form rejection and you get a form rejection. We all get form rejections. Look under the chairs.
The form
Don't
rejection.
manifest that for me. Martha finished up the work for the day. Yay. Lex is not sure who chose to give me this power. It was definitely unwise. Someone get Lexi a wrench because she's out here smashing down dreams. LOL, that's a benefit. Lexi is using her wrench to smash dreams. Got really confused by how much time has passed. Also try to help with the chaos of the queens. LOL. That is one thing I noticed during our little talk amongst yourself. I have a phone.
Oh,
Oh,
okay.
Okay.
all right. Well, this is the great thing about having the combined channel. Where was he in the comments?
Miranda's giving us a wrench aesthetic.
Here. You were here.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you.
I don't understand, but oops, sorry. You doing it? You do it.
No, you're fine. I'm giving you my stuff so I can find out what point you would reject it. See that in Lexi, this is the problem is we're all gonna start using your services free of charge. I hope you know that's what you signed up for. Hard to type when your cat is sitting on the keyboard. Have you guys ever seen those like posts where they're like, oh, they're just trying to mimic your behavior, so get your cat their own little keyboard and then they'll just sit on it while you're working on your computer? I think those are
They're doing work. They have books to write. They're just trying to use this stuff.
So cute.
yeah. Your cat has to work too, Genevieve. Like, do you not know how to share? Come on. Marta, for the record, this is what happens when you give wrenches to the Chaos Queens. I look away for 2 minutes and come back to 20 panic messages about whether or not they accidentally blocked.
What?
That's
How do you
hilarious.
accidentally block someone?
Wait, block them on the stream? Did you guys block her on our channel, or did you block her like in your group chat? What do you mean? What do you mean?
I don't know
I
if you can
think on
block
the
someone with a
stream.
wrench.
Oh,
Can you
that's
block
right.
someone with a
That's
wrench?
when Danny was just like, "Hey, can you respond to this?" Because she just wanted to see if Marta could respond. Jessica, I feel like you just did one. Am I crazy? Did I not watch a 40-minute long video of you reorganizing your office?
I think she's done it twice in like the last
Like,
like
3 times in the last year.
I think it's a quarterly thing. Also, hi, welcome back,
Hi.
me.
You were right here.
Yes. Jess also plans to office refresh. It's Sam's second day of doing something. What is it?
Wordle?
Oh, Wordle. I'm too dumb for Wordle. That's why I objected.
Fair enough.
Ricky Fox made a plain cheese sandwich and went to eat it. Realized they forgot the mayo.
A plain cheese sandwich.
See, you guys, I'm truly an ally. I'll spend this time trying to understand what makes a rejectable query in manuscript. I love that for you. Is it a form of rejection? Isn't that what you do? Also, you guys probably know this because you do research into traditional publishing, but how many manuscripts do you think like any given publisher receive? Like, say, any of the big 5 receive a day?
Publisher
Publisher or agent?
Publisher house. No. Yeah. No, agent. Let's go with agent. That's more interesting.
I saw one. I know, like a bigger agent on Twitter said that she got 500 in 1 month.
Oh, 1 month. Oof.
1
Imagine
month.
trying to get through that.
But they're
Plus
going
on top
through-
of all the other ones.
they're going through query letters. And that's the thing, is that as far as I know, there's kind of a system now to reduce the amount of full manuscripts, right? You've got query letters to agents, and then agents send little just pitches. And then if the publisher is interested in the pitch, which is usually just like a couple of lines, then you send your submission packet, which is like all the stuff that's like, it's not the manuscript, it's a couple of chapters, and at least I don't know, that's just from
and also with
research.
publishers, like usually the agents will know which publishers are looking for similar things to what their clients have. So they're not, the publishers, I don't think, or the editors aren't getting nearly as inundated with stuff. At least I don't think. I could be completely wrong, because the agents would be sending them stuff that directly fits with what their manuscript wish list is, as opposed to agents who get sent everything from anyone who is very diligent about figuring out who they want and whether it fits, to people who are like, I'm just going to send it to every single agent I know, regardless of whether it fits or not, you know?
So, like, because you talk about like this process being very slow, and like the slowest step is from like draft to agent or from manuscript to agent. That's like the gatekeeping bit, the bottleneck is what I'm looking for.
Yeah.
Oh, interesting.
At least that's what I think. I mean, it's what I've read, essentially.
Well, we have an in-house expert now, so
You do.
uh,
Sauerkraut.
Danny heard of Wordle for the first time like 5 days ago when her boyfriend brought it up after a Twitch stream he'd watched, did it, and now it's everywhere. Yeah. It's literally never heard about it. Katie mentioned it on stream, and like, boom, 5 stories. I'm like, God.
What can I say?
It
Trendsetter.
was just cheese and bread. I don't know. Cheese good, bread good. Cheese and bread, yum. Again, does Jess do anything but rearrange her entire office? No.
Buy stickers.
I don't know if this is true, but I read it on Tumblr, so I think in like it's 70% chance it's true. But like scorpions, you have to rearrange their terrarium every like 6 months to a year because they get like they realize eventually that they're captured and they kill themselves. Feels fake, but
Okay.
I feel like I've often identified with that narrative. Like if I don't rearrange my living room enough times during like say 2 years, I live in the second floor.
I don't know what to say to any of that.
I don't know if this is true, but is there any like scorpion experts out there?
My first thought was, who the fuck is out here owning scorpions?
I had a friend who owned a scorpion. She passed from unrelated incidents, but I'm feeling like
Maybe? Is it coincidence?
Is it coincidental?
Hmm?
But yeah, I was visiting one day and the scorpion was gone from the terrarium, and I was like, "Okay, I'm gonna leave. See you next week."
Oh my gosh.
Yeah,
Wait,
it
the
was-
scorpion died or your friend died? That's why I was like,
Oh, the friend passed.
oh,
What happened to her scorpion?
I think he passed before she passed.
Oh,
They don't
Lord.
live for long. I think. I don't know. I'm not Crocodile Dundee. Not that he knows scorpions, but what's that guy who loves animals?
Steve Irwin, who's now also dead.
R.I.P. Ripped to shreds. Nope, that's not the one. Ripped to pieces.
I see me to pieces.
Then you can send yours to me and I'll tell you what I think. I'm having flashbacks from childhood forgetfulness. How Russians celebrate New Year's. That was my research. That is interesting. I love learning about stuff.
Sorry. Just saw one of Marlon's comments at the bottom. Can I bring it up?
No, scorpions. What is the scorpion? It's not an insect. It's
an arachnid.
arachnid.
Sorry, that just made me laugh.
Hi, Madison. Violet's case to talk about. The rest of it just dealt with it. Genevieve's cat will not fall for that. If he's not in her lap, near her hands, or hugging her, he's not happy. Aww.
Aww.
She does it for every Mercury retrograde. Jess is the Gemini. She cannot be held to one setup for too long. That's fair. The constant of an office refresh gives me serotonin because I actually finished something. Because I actually finished something is tempting. I do like a good re-over. The agent end is going to get a buttload more rejections than an editor. That's why agents have shitty little interns like me. Your editor or your agent is very lucky to have you, Lexi.
It's true.
Is that pre-Panini numbers or now, though? And will that eventually ebb off? In relations to what?
Retrograde?
The agent's monthly.
Oh, yeah. I don't think the Mercury retrogrades care about the Panini, in all fairness. Genevieve's been wanting to rearrange her office forever, but area is so small and there's literally no way to do it. You are correct about something, Katie.
Agents and stuff.
Katie Ann, I thought you weren't updating your relaxed Janorama Google Sheet, but then I realized you switched to the intense one.
Yeah, I'm just really bad at keeping track of shit.
Publishing is a series of hoops to jump. Getting an agent to request a full, then you take you as an author, then sending your pitch to the editor, and then requesting a full, etc., etc. Yeah, people have had more of time off to write. I still feel like, well, that makes sense. Because like writing a book itself is like, everyone says they can do it, but not a lot of people do it, I feel like. But maybe in the grand scheme of things. See, here's the thing. My agent complains about getting irrelevant manuscripts and often tell me to give them form rejections unless they're amazing. Oh. But from the author's end, it kind of makes sense to cast a super wide net, right?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Like, it makes sense, but I'm like, also, you're not following basic instructions, so why would anyone hire you?
That's kind of my opinion, too. Is like, if you're casting a really wide net, too, like, you're not really looking into like why you want this agent. Like, I have been very picky about the agents I've sent to personally, because like I want to make sure that this is an agent that if they did request something, like that I would want to work with them in the long haul. Like, does their style and aesthetic and like the things that they want to read and want to publish match with my own vision for my career? And I feel like if you cast a really wide net, you're going to get a lot of different things that may necessarily like not work for you. I don't know.
Yeah, like Wattpad.
Ooh.
28 watching and only 15 likes. That is not good enough, people. Come on, get it together.
No, I'm going to interject. We don't do compulsory cringy crap like that. Only like the video if you are enjoying yourself.
Definitely dislike.
Yeah, definitely dislike.
Dislike the stream.
They don't show the dislike numbers anymore.
That is
I
true.
hate that. I wish they did, because I want to know what the people's opinion of stuff is.
I'll tell
Yeah.
you without a thumbs up or thumbs down, Catherine. Some Deep Mystery needs to rearrange their office area. Feng Shui.
Oh,
I'm
Marta
sure.
left. Bye, Marta.
Bye,
Hi,
Marta.
Marta.
I don't know
Have
what
a good
that's in relation
walk.
to. Have a good walk. Happy sundown. It's a complete chaos. I don't know that agents always think of things from the prospective author's perspective. Whew, that was a lot like that.
Would
But
you
you
elaborate?
do, Lexi.
Wait, would you elaborate? Like, what do you mean? Like, are you talking
Cat-
about... Sorry.
The wide net situation, maybe?
But that's what I'm... Yeah, well, I want elaboration on this because I think it's an interesting point. I just want to know what it's in reference to. Is it in reference to... I don't know how to even formulate this question, but I want to know what you mean. Like, are you saying that agents... I don't even know how to formulate the question. What do you mean, Lexi? Please elaborate.
What up? Hold on while Vicky Fox educates herself. Feng Shui. Close, but no cigar. Lexi, as a writer yourself, you can do it from both angles. I feel like the wide net situation is kind of like if you just swipe left on every person on Tinder, sure you're going to get someone eventually, but it's just, I don't know.
Are they worth getting?
Yeah, you can always tell. And I feel like if you send an agent a manuscript that's something they're not looking for, like, what's the point? Don't you want an agent that enjoys your content? But also, I guess you eventually will hit agents that are looking for your stuff just by probability or chance. So, I don't know. Then you don't have to do the research and the work beforehand if you just mass send it.
Is that going to make you a good, diligent author, though, that they're going to want to work with when they find out that you're just kind of...
How will they know? Do agents speak together? Do they know that like 500 other agents got this manuscript? Lexi, call in. Which is why he'll often randomly show up in her videos, because the minute the tripod comes out, he has to get my attention. Okay, lovely, as much. Bye, Marta. Bye, Marta. I guess an office redo is going to be a reward for finishing just drafting, getting it to Kate on time. That is high stakes, Jess. I approve of this. Good luck. Godspeed. Godspeed. There was some bye martyrs. Marlon would rather get the right agent from her rather than send it off into the void and pray. That's what I'm hoping for Caitlin, an agent who is also a writer who theoretically have a better understanding of the emotional side of publishing. Why is thinking of 5-letter words so hard? Damn you, Wordle. Dislike, then share because of chaos. Vicky encourages compulsory cringe channel support. I like the video. Thank you. I feel seen. She'll just be reminding. No one's here who wouldn't like the video. I don't know. Are you still Violet? I was about to say.
Violet here.
Violet, come to the stage.
Sam feel like an agent will be more motivated if the manuscript is their jam too. That makes sense. Wordle is what is it? I don't know. Google it.
It's a game. It's a riddle.
Rude.
Is that an app?
As well. And yes, it is. No, it's a website. It's just a word game where you guess a random 5-letter word, and then you've got 6 guesses to actually get the word that they're going for that day. And each time you guess, they'll tell you which letters you guessed correctly that are in the word and which letters you guessed that are not just in the word, but you guessed in the right spot. And then through the process of elimination, you try to get to the 5-letter word that was picked.
Bitch, I got it. Sorry.
Is it slander if it's true, Violet?
No.
No. The verdict is no. And the verdict is passed by Devisha. She's our judge, jury, and executioner.
Yeah.
Yeah, the wide net situation is one example. Another example is that my agent recently told me I have a really unique way of giving feedback for the author. She said that they usually teach interns ... to be completely brutal and harsh in their critiques, so much that the agents usually need to sugarcoat these critiques to make them palatable. That's the business model, I think.
Just crush authors so entirely that they'll never want to write again.
Oh. R.I.P. Becca. Glad you liked it, Brandy. Agents talk. They got their own network, apparently. Yeah, I think agents chat together and don't recommend that from past research I did when I thought I was ready to query, but was dead wrong. Well, at least you know now. But I don't do that, and they're surprised by that sometimes. I get deep into craft talk in my critiques.
Lexi, you're wonderful.
No brutality, no sugarcoating, just mechanics. There's nothing I hate more than someone who wastes my time. Someone sending me shit I have zero interest in is the biggest time waste of all. I'd reject just because they didn't listen. Yeah, I guess. That's when you, like, if you submit something for a contest and you don't follow the formatting guidelines, and I'm like, you did. Not even the bare minimum. Also, RIP Casey. Plus, if you personalize your courier letter to what the individual agent is looking for, aren't you more likely to proceed? I don't know. There you go,
my strategy.
powerlanguage.co. Cringe comes from the feeling of embarrassment. Don't be embarrassed about pimping yourself out for the sport. I'm not embarrassed. Wallace is the embarrassed one, so she's the one cringing. For anyone who wants to Wordle. And they told me that it's a great thing since authors are just so sensitive. And I'm like, question mark, question mark, question mark, question mark. This is their novel. Of course they'll be sensitive. Hold it up. Lexi, that would be amazing. No, Mara, that would be amazing. Thank you for doing that, because constantly being told I'd have too much on my plate sucks. And who is this? Is this you, Wallace? This is great.
No.
I can see it on your shit-eating grin.
The
Yeah,
chat is
thank you.
asking for a sprint.
Not the chat. Grape, specifically.
No, there's more people.
But it's
Troublemakers.
asking for a piss break. So I'll give it to you, Wally.
That's not the kind of break. Never mind. Goodbye.
Goodbye. Heard what I needed to hear, and it's immediate yes.
Yeah. Jessica, order like Chinese. It's my suggestion. Or don't order anything. Maybe pack your lunch so you can save money, since you said you're so bad at budgeting yesterday.
Sushi.
Sushi would be tasty. Although I don't know about Ohio sushi.
Corn sushi, that's the thing, right? I just associate anything in Ohio with corn.
I'm gonna do the Wordle.
Animals,
Ooh.
changing seasons.
Let's
There are
watch
so
this
many
commercial
places to find
first
inspiration.
for
I will
Domestica.
show you how to move away from the
Sponsored by
pressures that
Domestika.
can stifle creativity
Not a
and how
sponsor.
to encourage playfulness in our
Ooh.
drawing.
There you go.
Puppies.
have at
I
it.
love this one.
See you in 20.
Bye.
Bye, Danny.
Bye, Danny. Have a good shift.
How dare that be the noise when the music is so calming? Like,
I know, it is very jarring. How was that sprint for you, gals and pals?
Sorry, I didn't realize I was muted. I'm just playing around with like desk positions.
Ooh, I'm not hating it.
I kind of like it. It's nice.
It's awkwardly angled.
Catherine?
I did the Wordle for the day and got it. Go me. Woo. And then I got 263 rights.
Ooh,
Yay! At least no rights.
I also did the Wordle, and then I basically was just looking at my planner. There was something I forgotten to do yesterday, which meant like I broke a streak of something, and I'm mad at myself, and it means I have to start all the way over. But it's all good. It's all good.
I mean, we're just 14 days into the year, so you might as well give up now. Maybe.
No.
I don't know.
I refuse.
No giving up.
You passed the test. I edited a lot. Not well, it felt like a lot, but it was only half a page when I look back. But it felt like a lot.
That's all
Did
that
you
matters.
minutes
That's-
to it?
What? Did you
Hello?
freeze?
Oh, I think she did. She must have. Did I freeze?
No,
I
it's
think
Katie.
she's frozen. It's a nice freeze.
Yeah, it's not the worst, but it's very past photo though.
It is. It is.
How did chat do? Let's see. There was a lot of Wordle talk. I'm just honestly going to skip all over it because I have no idea what it means. Going to wish Michael welcome. Hello, hello, hello. Good luck to everyone who solved or tried to solve their Wordle word. Oh my God, there's a lot of Wordle talk. There you go. That is a scary alarm. It is very jarring compared to the Zen music that plays for 20 minutes. That siren never feels right for the video. I know, but at least we all get back to reality. Sorry to you, Cat. Oh, the 5K day is not going well. What time zone are you in, Genevieve? Is it like, has the ship sailed, or can you still jump on board? You are right, you are right. Judge, strike me down. Ooh, 520 for Miranda. You go, gal.
Look at you, size queen.
Look at you, size queen, getting up there. Mara got 1078 and finished the scene she was on. Then I found out that they can put the next scene.
Ooh.
Then found out, oh, they can cut the next scene. There you go. 11 scenes left. You are crushing it. Morgane finished a book. Do you want to share what book you finished reading?
And what's your review?
What's your rating? Call in. Oh no, the chat jumped. There you go. Crystal turned on the latest episode of Critical Role, did the Wordle, and started making lunch. Got distracted by chores, some deep mystery, on their way to coffee, but made it back at the exact end of the sprint.
Love when that happens.
Timing.
That happens. I one time spilled soda on my keyboard, and I went up to the kitchen to get like a kitchen towel to like dry it down. Got distracted by the amount of dishes. I was like, oh, I have to do the dishes first. Did the dishes, then I put on laundry. Came back to the computer, like, I'll reward myself with some cute computer games. Just to find like the soda like all over the keyboard, down the side of the desk, pulling up on the floor. I was like, oh, that's why I got up.
Tell me of ADHD without telling me of ADHD.
Insert that story here. Caitlin made coffee and read through a few pages. Hello, CB. Becca tried to edit the first vlog, 2 weeks of footage. Not good at this, but the thing is, when you do something again and again, you will improve. So yeah. I love that for you. As Genevieve says, it gets easier. Genevieve is on Eastern time. It's only 11 a.m., but I've been at the computer since 8 and only written 177 words. You got so many more days left of the hours. Nope. You got so many hours left of the day.
Yeah.
Unless you have obligations that take you out of the house. So, in that case, sorry, girl. Try again Next time. Jessica would never strike you down, Lexi. You're my new bestie. Ouch. Words can hurt, first and foremost, Jess. That was great, but not me. I only told Miranda size Queen 1, and apparently it caught on.
Unlike Miranda, I am obsessed with that phrasing.
I feel seen. Madison finally do the actual writing phase of her NaNoWriMo project, and yeah. It's going great, isn't it, Madison?
Wait, the actual writing phase? What have you been doing the first 14 days?
Rewriting? Isn't that what she's doing?
Outlining, maybe?
Oh, no, I think she was I think Steve was right. I think it was words that had been kind of written before, but now she's getting to a place where she hasn't been before. I don't know. Maybe not.
Well, she's been talking about cutting and pasting words, so I just assumed. Sam ate breakfast and listened to the last week's Critical Role because she got behind.
I'm still behind.
Apparently, Jess is dumb, have 3 or 5 letters, and cannot get the rest. I are dumb. I don't think you're dumb. I just think Wordle is the devil's puzzle.
See, you're just saying that because everybody's into it right now, and you're a complete contrarian, and you think that's a personality trait, but it's not.
It is part of being a Capricorn, though.
It is part of being Capricorn, and Capricorn is a personality trait, so...
You just miss out on so many great things because you don't enjoy people enjoying things, and it makes me sad for you.
It's not a lie. Nope.
That's not a lie.
What am I saying? That's a lie, is what I meant to say. I don't have a problem with popular things. I just don't like puzzle games and puzzles in general, so...
That's fair. That's legitimate.
Which I have stated before Wordle was a subject.
That is true. That is true. But now you're really
Now I'm doubling down.
You're
for the
doubling
comedic
down,
effect.
and you're raining on our parade. You're yucking our yum. We're so into it, and you're it's the devil's game.
Hey, if you want to dance with the devil, that's your prerogative.
I mean, we already know that is my main hobby.
Yeah. Being a crusher of demons is not a personality trait, Wallace.
I wouldn't argue with that.
CB, I need to think about dinner soon. Oh, I hate cooking dinner. It just takes too long. There was something I wanted to tell you, but I forgot.
Thank you, Violet, for taking the time to type that out. Was it about Wordle? Was it about agents? Was it about disliking the stream? Was it about
a title for the witch book?
Oh,
maybe
you were talking about that.
Mm-hmm.
A working title.
Your beautiful comment you left me on my video.
This is beautiful. Are we becoming best friends right now?
Stop trying to steal my girl, Jess.
Have to pack later and script a podcast, but otherwise just writing. Oh, script a podcast. You do podcasts, Genevieve? I never knew this about you. And I like to collect information about people and then recite it 3 years later. So, interesting. I thought we already were. I'm hurt. Yep. Sam loves the devil's puzzles. Besties turn into formal best friends the second they acknowledge they are besties. So this is the formality of the besties. I don't make the rules.
Besterhood.
The besterhood. The answer is to embrace the devil. True that, true that. I'm not sure how I feel about Wordle, but my FOMO makes me play. Oh, then yes, we are best friends. CB, I think I'm going to go make dinner just because I'm hungry. I support this. Do you know what you want? Genevieve, I started one about the emotions behind the written word, but putting that on hiatus for a while to get a second one started, releasing February 4th about all things paranormal or supernatural. If you want to share that on the Discord, if you're there, then the bulletin board is there for your convenience. And what?
Yeah. Wow, you're very much restarting multiple times today.
It is. I feel like I haven't had a life the last week. Everything's just one long sprint. I'm just, you know how an old computer gets like slower and slower? That's my stream brain this week.
Mm-hmm. Like that's cool.
Wallace is both a crossroads demon and the prophet of Jod. Do what you will. It's a lot of power.
Wait, I have a question. Have we officially gone over our time limit for the Troublemaker channel this month now?
Yes.
Yeah,
so,
I think so.
But luckily it resets on the 15th. So we cannot stream tomorrow, but then, or we could just leave this stream running.
No.
Thank you, StreamYard, for being a great platform.
It is honestly, for the amount of dollars we pay, which is zero, the amount of content we get out of this is
It's incredible.
too damn high.
Yeah, once they started to allow non-paid members to upload their own video clips, that was the first mistake they made because
This is the moment of
We have-
reaction.
We have abused it to death.
We
Like
have.
the amount of abuse that we
Yeah.
have put in it.
Marlon just tried the Wordle, got it right in 3 goes. I'm so proud of you. I don't know what that means, but I hope you're thriving. Sorry, I know we moved on. Don't worry, I'm like king of callbacks, so it's okay. Violet thinks she's gonna have coffee for dinner. Coffee is not a meal, Violet. I'm sorry. Coffee is not a meal. It's not a meal either, but it's also not a meal.
I support you, Violet.
CB is going to have homemade chicken curry. Oh god, that sounds delicious. I'll be back in about 20 minutes. That sounds yummy in your tummy. Is there a link to this Wordle, or is it just the comment from earlier? I think Danny had it at some point, and also Kitty has it. But there you go, your Wordle. So, gals and pals and fellow felons.
What's up?
Nope. I had an interview question, but what was it?
Nice. Seeing Violet sharing a brain today. Oh, I had a question. Now I can't remember.
Sorry,
Yeah,
I just saw Casey's comment.
They didn't anticipate how quick Kitty and Raj can put together a GIF. Yeah, that is.
It's true. Or how many intros one can make.
Is there a limit to how many clips you can upload, or is it just infinite?
I haven't found a limit yet.
Yeah, if there is, we have not hit one yet. Limit is
If there's like a StreamYard HQ server room, like we gotta have a tower of our own somewhere.
They're probably like, I hate these people.
Yeah.
No, because we're not even that bad. I mean, there are some people who stream every single day who do sprints, like 3-hour sprints every single day. I had to like.
Wallace, how many hours do we spend backstage on StreamYard?
Well, but they don't record that. Hopefully.
No, but we still are on their server using it for free for more than 20 hours a month.
I know. That was my thing. I was like, do the people who use Zoom and get kicked off after 45 minutes know that StreamYard exists?
So if they don't, get on it.
Yeah, seriously.
Yeah.
No, we shouldn't be saying these things because then StreamYard's gonna be like, oh, so they would pay if we limited the amount of uploaded clips. Okay, taking a note.
No,
we would not.
We would move on to greener pastures, which would be.
We would stop streaming in protest.
I would rather delete the things as like I would put up an intro and then while we're streaming, take down the intro to put up our like memes and then take down the memes to put up an outro as opposed to
a lot of work
to pay. Well, I would do it because I refuse to pay.
I guess we could do Discord, but Discord doesn't really facilitate screen sharing and stuff.
No,
Yeah,
like I can't.
It does.
I mean, you can do it, but like uploading clips and stuff, I'm not sure if you can do that.
Yeah.
And do
But
a
you can share your
great
screen, but like I don't know. It would take Kate a minute to open up the folder, open up the joke, and then play the clip, and then screen share, and someone have to accept the screen share, and it's just a lot of hurdles. Now she can just troll stuff
But I
as
think
she
that's.
goes.
I think, we would find other ways to abuse the powers of Discord. I think we would adapt to whatever medium we were working with.
That is true. We are rats, after all.
Yeah, we are. I just like this medium, so I hope it doesn't go away.
Yeah.
Or
Thank you,
become-
StreamYard, for being awesome. Also, stop constantly mailing me about offers. Warranting wallet. If it's black, no. If you had protein for a certain type of milk, maybe. I don't know. Is coffee a meal? The answer is no. As a healthcare professional on quotation market, it is not a meal. It is a beverage.
Michael's comment is rancid. Ugh. Disgusting. Just the thought.
Coffee in cereal?
No.
Ooh, maybe though. Like if you did.
No.
Do you have like Cocoa Puffs in Americana?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like something chocolatey. I feel like that fit coffee flavor, and just enough milk to make it like a latte or something. I'm not hating as much as the others, Michael. I just want to put that out there.
I
Yeah,
think
I
cereal
guess,
milk in coffee is legit,
yeah,
but
I guess I was imagining like pouring hot black coffee, just pure hot coffee into cereal and thinking how disgusting. But yeah, I guess if it was with milk and it was cold, I guess there could be an argument made for that.
Also, it's because Wallace once called Norway for Norwegia, and I'm kind of obsessed with it. So I like to just call countries by different things.
I would like to, in my defense, say, and most likely I was joking. I think.
At the
I was
moment, it didn't
quoting a
seem like a
movie.
joke.
I
It
was
was not.
quoting a
If you were
movie.
joking, it was not funny.
Well, there's a movie called A Cinderella Story with the amazing Hilary Duff and oh gosh, what's her name? Oh, I want a hot dog real bad. What's that actress's name?
Oh, Jennifer Coolidge.
Thank you. And she's in that movie and she's eating Norwegian salmon and she's like, it costs a fortune to ship this all the way from Norwegia. So that I'm pretty sure I was joking because I quote that movie a lot. So
Okay. This is the first I'm hearing of this, so it's been a year. Just saying.
no, I got your back, Wallace.
thank you.
We knew you were joking. Well, I knew you were joking.
And I knew you were trouble when you walked in.
Hmm.
Also, Lexi has the demand, and I'm kind of agreeing. It was a very good impression.
Yes.
No.
Aw.
It is recorded, so you can go back and watch it.
I love
I'm
it. It's
self-conscious, so I
calling
couldn't do it.
Americans. If it was Lucky Charms with just the marshmallows and coffee, so I don't know, just the marshmallows in Lucky Charms count as a cereal, or is that just marshmallows?
Oh yeah, do people put marshmallows in their coffee, in their hot coffee? I never thought about that before.
I mean, people
We do
put
hot
also
cocoa.
things-
Well, yes, I know that. That's what I'm asking.
Oh, I-
I don't know about. I didn't know you invented Cocoa Puffs. What has Norway invented? Oh, the cheese slicer. There you go.
Edvard Munch.
Really?
Oh,
Yeah.
when I went to Oslo, that's all they wanted to talk about was how that's where Edvard Munch was from. The man who could scream. Literally, I was there for one day because I was on a cruise, and we did 4 separate like tours and little things, and each guide at each place was like, and if you don't know, Oslo is the home place of the painter of the Scream, and by the 4th one we were like, oh wow.
Interesting.
I had no idea.
Oslo was beautiful though.
It's all right.
I think it was beautiful.
I
It was
think
a really good
like the
weather.
Westlands where I live, they are prettier because there's more mountains and fjords and shit. But
Yeah,
for a capital, it ain't bad.
Oslo is very similar to Michigan, and I love Michigan, so
I have no reference point for Michigan, so
we'll just imagine Oslo.
okay. But everyone is American.
Okay, well, but here's the thing, actually. It's very similar to Mackinac Island, which is where I have a video from this summer. It's got those vibes because of the harbors and stuff. And it was a very similar temperature, and it kind of smelled the same, if that's weird to say, but it did.
Yeah. Cinnamon Toast Crunch with coffee. I think we're onto something. I'm not mad about this at all.
I was in the grocery store the other day, and in the spice section, they sold a shaker of Cinnamon Toast Crunch seasoning, like specifically the cereal brand seasoning.
Wow.
And I thought,
Caitlin did a special last summer that was Cinnamon Toast Crunch cereal milk used the milk in an iced latte. That's such a good movie, Cinderella Story, that is.
mm-hmm.
Becca went to a cafe once and ordered a coffee with whiskey and cocoa pebbles in it. It was an experience. A good experience, a bad experience, or just an experience? Also, yes. I'm going to do this honorable mention comment again.
It's great.
Troublemakers do impressions. I'm here for it. I cannot do a single impression to save my life, so. Ghost plus hot dog. LOL. Your daughter does what, Sam? Marshmallows.
A Jennifer Coolidge impression.
Just missed the last 6 minutes due to some moron calling work. Oh, I'm sorry.
Gross.
We didn't invent salmon, but we did invent salmon sushi. There was a guy who was like, "We need to export more salmon," and then he was like, "What if we put it on sushi?" And people were like, "You know what? I'll take it." Caitlin did a special that was vanilla latte with cinnamon steamed in, with a cinnamon sugar coated marshmallow gently placed on top.
Caitlin, your coffee shop sounds amazing.
I'm gonna move. I'm gonna go to Las Vegas just to come visit.
Oh yeah, and this is another quote from a Cinderella story. Boss, it's water from Norway.
It is water from Norway. It is very expensive and pricey water from Norway. Please, Miranda, get over to those fjords. We'd love to host you. Casey personally loves cinnamon in her coffee, so she can see how it would work. Caitlin Ash. Norway invented salmon. Confirmed. There were a lot of Norwegian immigrants that were sent to Michigan, so it's probably very Scandinavian influenced.
No way. That's
Yeah,
cool.
way. I think Midwest in general has a lot of Norwegian immigrants.
But Michigan, that's so interesting.
I guess that's why Mackinac kind of looks like Oslo.
Well, but it was just so funny because when we were there and or maybe they like stayed in Michigan because it reminded them so much of their home. Because when we were there, we were like, wow, these trees feel so much like the trees in Michigan, and oh, it kind of smells like Michigan, and the weather. And I mean, we were there on one specific weather day, but that's so interesting.
I think didn't they just get placed in Michigan? I don't think immigrants got a choice. Like they just showed up to whatever that island is called.
They're not
They were-
serfs. You weren't sorted at Ellis Island and told you had to go someplace. You went there's freedom of
Good move.
movement.
Yeah.
There wasn't like allocated spaces for people coming.
I mean, for indigenous populations who were removed from their native lands, those people were forced and told to go places.
I mean, there's also probably an encouragement of like the fact that there were already Norwegian people in the Michigan area. Like when other Norwegian people came over, they would be more inclined to go where they're like
Their
people,
community
their people
was.
that they would like that spoke the same language as them, that would have the same cultures, and then would go like that's why there's all these sections in New York that are like, the Irish section of it, because all of the Irish immigrants would go where other Irish immigrants were. It wasn't like this is like you have to go there. It was more of like a movement because these people know what you're going through. They understand your culture. Like they're going to be more accepting of you than someone from a different culture.
It's very interesting. Canada invented Justin Bieber.
Unfortunately.
Have I tried what?
Doing impressions.
Yes. Becca, well, all I could taste was the whiskey, and I was tipsy at 9 a.m. So good question mark? Oh, I don't know.
Sounds good to me.
Yeah, her daughter adds marshmallows to her coffee,
Oh, that's cute. That's fun.
but she would 100% try that Jennifer Coolidge impression.
I'd love to see it.
Isn't your daughter a child? Should she be drinking coffee?
I don't know. I started drinking coffee when I was
just
a
living her
child.
life.
Yeah, let her live her life.
I drank coffee when I was a child. So did my brother.
Yeah, so did my brother.
I mean, how old is she? Is she like 8, 7? Maybe? That's when I started drinking coffee.
I don't remember. Well, I do remember, but I'm not sure if we should say on stream. I must head to work, but I will try to play catch up this weekend. It was nice to hang for a bit. Bye, Madison. Give your cousin my regards. Writing retreat in the middle of a fjord. Let's go, y'all.
I'm
I don't
ready.
know. I don't think that's accessible for everyone, Miranda, but anyone who wants to, more than free to join. Literally, the only thing I know about Norway is Frozen. It's fair enough. Fair enough.
You also know Stieg.
Yeah.
Blowout.
Big summer blowout. Or for real Scandi retreat, hear me out. IKEA. Still hammering down on that IKEA ID. And I'm here for it, Violet. Make it happen. Schneid Rainforest, let's go, girl.
Let's go, girls.
Immigrants often brought plants from home, so maybe they are the same trees.
I'm learning so much. That's so cool.
Some deep mystery solved.
So that's so interesting. I wonder if I went to Germany, if I'd be like, oh, there are moments in Germany that feel so much like Texas, because a lot of Germans came to Texas. So I wonder. That's
I was
interesting.
wondering the same thing about like Poland and stuff and like Pennsylvania, like going to Denmark and stuff, because the Dutch are very big here.
Mm.
Yeah, my family's from Michigan, and my 3 times great grandpa, I think, and his 3 brothers came from Norway, and they were directed to Michigan.
Directed. How
Ellis
interesting.
Island very much directed people to certain areas in the USA. They weren't forced, but yeah.
Yeah, I wonder if it was just like how, in what kind of way were they directed? Was it like trying to be helpful, being like, oh, people from your place usually go there? Or was it more like, you need to go there, you know? I don't know.
I don't know.
That's interesting.
It's probably more
I mean-
like you're less likely to get hate crimed if you go to Michigan.
Yeah.
Historically speaking, I don't think America has done like gently light suggestions. But I don't know. I don't know the truth of this. So yeah, that's what it is. It's like you could go whenever you want once you were in, but there were established communities in some places already.
Mm-hmm.
Coffee is healthier than soda. It's a fair point. Fair point.
True.
That's fair.
And then in the late 1840s on, people started pushing much further west, which was a goddamn free for all.
Well, yeah, because the government was literally like, hey, if you go out there and you plant your feet down, you own that land. Well,
Yep.
You know,
If you're a certain type of person.
yeah, if you're a certain type of person.
I was young like Katie was when I started drinking coffee too. Maybe she's the kid from Encanto. Yeah, you don't know her life. Kate and Rice, I forgot to tell you that is a manager where I go to bingo that looks and sounds almost exactly like you.
It's my twin, my secret twin.
The guys at the bar used to put coffee in my bottle, mixed with milk, obviously, but like I turned out fine. Did you though, Jess? See, you can do an impression. Of what? Did I do an impression?
Let's go, girls.
Oh, let's go, girls.
It's why like Pennsylvania is very German influenced. The South is a mix of Hispanic, French, English, and Haitian. The Midwest generally is very Scandinavian, etc.
Mm-hmm.
Germany feels a lot like Appalachia.
I probably feel right at home in Germany. It looks beautiful.
I highly doubt they were trying to be helpful given the history of the island. Apparently, the Lake District in England feels like Appalachia because those mountains are literally the same mountains as the Appalachians. That's how old those mountains are. Pangea shit.
I mean, if you look at the map of Pangea, like where the Appalachians are and where that part of England is, they were probably interconnected at some point, and then that's where like the plate shift was for a while before it separated. So that makes a lot of sense.
I love Appalachia. Even though, here's my thing, I'm like a Rocky Mountain kind of girl, but there's just a sense when you're in those hills out east. I love them.
Mountains, madam.
Mountains, but they're old. They're very ancient mountains. Very
They're
weathered.
still mountains, though. Yes, I'm never gonna sit here and say that they're like Rocky Mountains because Rocky Mountains are a different breed. But
there are
hill?
hills in Appalachia. Like there are
Yes.
hills.
There are hills, but
Don't diss hills.
Appalachia-
Hills are a good thing.
okay, but Appalachia is not a range of hills. It's a range of mountains with the hills and valleys.
Well, maybe the place
Mhm.
I'm talking about, maybe I've only been in the hills of Appalachia. I don't know.
Where have you been in Appalachia?
North Carolina.
Oh, that's very much Smoky Mountains.
No, it wasn't. It was right outside of Asheville.
That's mountains, babe. That's the Smoky Mountains. I'm pretty sure. Anyway, not the
Loving
point.
this conversation. but
We're not
moving
going to
on.
get into a mountain debate like we did trains, okay?
Caitlin's family is Russian German. They're German that moved to Russia before they moved to the US. Russian Germans are actually a different culture than just German or just Russians. It's fascinating.
That is cool.
I think honestly, if I ever was in a stage production of Frozen, a Big Summer Blowout guy would be the role of my lifetime. I think I would nail it so hard. To clear up some misconceptions, possible judgments, coffee isn't actually bad for you. A cup or two a day is actually really healthy for you. Can confirm. It's all the additives people generally add and drinking a whole pot a day by yourself that it makes it unhealthy. Yeah, like anything in moderation isn't bad, but once you do 3 bags of cocaine a day, you have an issue.
Is any cocaine good for you?
I don't know. Well, I know. It is not. Let's not. This is a joke for legal reasons. Don't do cocaine. I think this is why Taylor Swift loved the lake so much and wrote a song about it. Just Miranda said canon.
Makes sense.
Lexi grew up in a Mexican culture setting, only to discover that She don't have any Spanish ancestry. It looked like my last completely indigenous ancestors was born in 1847, 2 years before the gold rush. Oh,
Oh, that is fascinating.
so many hills with dead steaks on them, though. Blue Ridge, is that where you were? Appalachians is a series of mountains. Nashville is in the mountains. Lexi, which is pretty late considering when the area was colonized by Spain. I live an hour from there. Now they're arguing about mountains. We're all mountains. Oh, God, these comments never end.
I do wish though there was a word to differentiate the two, because they are like Rocky Mountains versus the Appalachian Mountains are distinctly different, you know? And
Yeah.
I'm not trying to say one is better than the other, even though I
I'm
prefer
not saying
Rocky. But I wish there was a word to differentiate between the two.
There
Like-
is. The Rocky Mountains. The Appalachian
Mm,
Mountains.
No, but I'm saying like around the whole world. You know, the Himalayas versus what's another really ancient mountain range like the Appalachians. I don't know. I think the Appalachians are the oldest mountain range on Earth.
They
So-
are. The higher the mountain, the younger it is, theoretically, sort of. Like, I mean, I guess, but except for, well, that's interesting, though. I don't know much about geology, like, with that, though, because technically the Himalayas are still growing. Like, don't they grow, like, a quarter of an inch every year because the tectonic plates are still rising? But yeah, the Appalachians are some of the oldest, some of the, if not the oldest mountains in the world. And they're beautiful. It's like, it's my home. I have a very special place in my heart for the Appalachian Mountains.
Oh, okay, no. The oldest mountain range on Earth is in South Africa.
Oh, interesting. What's that range called? Do you have the name?
Yes, it is called Barberton Greenstone Belt. Oh no, the Mach. I apologize for my pronunciation. The Barberton Greenstone Belt is their location in South Africa, and they're called the Makhonjwa Mountains, or maybe Makhonjwa. It's with a J. Makhonjwa.
Makhonjwa. Cool.
I don't know.
Learn something new every day.
Crystal used to work at a coffee shop where a woman ordered an iced frappuccino with a whipped cream and a double shot of espresso, then handed it to her 6-year-old. It scared me, but I get paid to serve.
Oh.
Wallace and Katie could argue about the importance of air in the human body. Maybe I need to start an AuthorTube tag of authors doing impressions just to torture. Absolutely not. I veto this ID, Genevieve. Michael, Wallace, the sky is blue. Katie, it's go time.
Thank you, Michael.
Let's go, girls.
I'm always the one stating the facts, and Katie is the one just going for argument.
No, you said the Appalachian, like the hills in like the Appalachian Hills, and I'm like, it's not. They're not hills.
No. I said there's something about those hills. I was using hill as like a visual.
But they are not hills.
There are hills in Appalachia.
Yes,
anyway.
yes, but when you're talking, okay, yeah, we got to move on.
Moving on, just racing through these mountains comments. If you need to read any of them, they're in the chat. There you go.
Oh, bye, Lexi.
Somebody
bye, Lexi.
said, thinking of like younger mountains as sharp, and I was like, maybe that's what I can distinguish: sharp mountains versus soft mountains.
Yeah,
I don't know. Only mountain types I know are volcanic, fold, plateau, fault block, and dome. And I cannot confidently remember what a fault block is. Rat. Your wish is my command.
Did you ever think of that question you were going to ask us?
No.
This is why sometimes it's nice to make a banner for them, because then you remember it and you can put up the banner.
Anya's timer.
So I just need some summer vibes now for my story. So here we go.
Also Germany, I assume.
I wonder what Wallace is doing.
I think she's doing a voiceover.
All right.
Oh. I thought she might have been on the phone.
How did you do for that, Devisha?
I was on Twitter.
Are you back on your bullshit again, girl?
Yes, always. I don't know if this position is where I like the best. I think I need to be away from the window, but I still need to be facing the window for that natural light, you know?
Yeah.
So you want to be away from the window, but facing the window.
Yeah.
Or else
I
you'll be
love that for
backlit.
you. I'm side lit, so I don't know. Catherine?
I did pretty good. I got like 300 words and almost to the action. I swear to God, it takes forever.
By no other's fault than your own. But I love that for
Yeah.
you.
Yeah. I mean, it's my own bullshit. Like, I'm almost at 21,000 words and it's like, come on. Chop, chop, chop. Get there.
You're also back on your bullshit?
Yep, absolutely. Oh, I never left my bullshit. So nowhere to be back. Just here.
Love that. Wallace?
Sorry about that. I checked the sprint and I thought I had about 5 minutes left, but apparently not. I basically was doing voiceover for my video that entire time, making voice recordings that I'll then export to iMovie and lay over.
Did you get them done?
No, not even close. Because I didn't script this, I'm playing the video and voicing over as I watch the video play. So a lot of times I don't even know where the video is going. So a lot of my voiceovers are like, oh, da da da, and then, oh, fuck.
I want you to leave at least one of those in.
Yeah.
So no, I probably have another. The video as it stands now is just under 15 minutes, but I don't think it probably won't cut down any further than that because it's mostly just time lapse. So there's not a lot of fine edits that need to be done. So I got through 5 minutes of voiceovers. So I've got another probably, 20 minutes of voiceover work that I need to do for myself. So.
Exciting. I got another page done. Oh, it's moving so slowly, but this consistency is consistent. I also read an article that I want to bring before the council, if you will.
Okay.
It's about Taylor Swift, so if you're not here for that, then this next 5 minutes ain't going to be for you, and I'm sorry for that. But everything doesn't have to be for everyone. So you know how... Bye, Devisha.
I was joking.
So I read that Universal has been tightening up their contracts, making like their catalogs or their artists not being able to re-record their music because Taylor Swift is apparently outperforming Universal's catalog with her own catalog. And any thoughts on that? Like justice served?
She's bossing the correct amount to the sun.
I agree.
I feel like that feels illegal.
I don't know if you sign a contract. I've been watching this lawyer on YouTube that's like lawyering stuff. So.
What does she say about it?
I haven't watched her react to this specific thing, but she's reacting to a lot of popular lawyer media. Like I think every lawyer on YouTube has reacted to like Legally Blonde, for example.
Oh yes, of course.
Yeah, but I don't know. This feels like. Is there any upsides? Well, there is an upside. Obviously, it's going to be commercial.
What?
I think it's their catalog, but like there's because they own. Well, they sold the specific files that were recorded. Isn't that like the legal drama? Like. Obviously, they own her catalog, but...
I thought Bad Machine was her original label, not Universal.
She's a Universal artist.
But
at least.
No, she has her own label now, doesn't she?
I thought that was the whole thing, was like finally the contract that she had with Bad Machine no longer owns the lyrics and the music. So she can...
I don't know.
Because initially they do have that in the contract, I think, is, you can't re-record within a certain time limit of it. But so you're saying that this label is saying you can never re-record?
Doubling the time of the contract restrictions is what I read.
Doubling.
Yeah, and
I
like
feel like
making
this
it.
is an opportunity for record labels to step their shit up and actually pay the artists better contracts and stuff. Because that was Taylor Swift's whole thing, is like she was not getting a lot of money. That like they were getting a larger profit cut, like much larger than she was, right? Like that's why she left, was because she wasn't making as much money off of her own art. So record labels, pick up your shit. Like,
I mean, you could say something similar about the publishing industry, right? I mean, granted, everything I'm about to say comes from a completely uneducated place because I don't know how the music industry works, recording industry, whatever. But like publishing companies, right, in terms of making it about authordom, you know, they kind of have to make, you know, it's something like 20% of authors pay for everybody else, their profits and the things that publishers make off of them. And if you had it where that wasn't, like, if you made them pay every person who they signed, like, I don't know how to say this.
Yeah, but it would be like, it would be like if Sarah J. Maas, who is potentially one of the most prolific and profitable authors on the market now, is not getting paid fairly for her work, and like the publishing company was taking a higher profit for themselves than what they were giving her. Because I think royalty splits are much better in publishing.
But you have a difference between like taking a higher profit versus taking a higher cut, right? Because like they might be taking a bigger cut, and then on paper that might seem unfair. But if they don't take that bigger cut, then they can't afford to sign lesser known authors and stuff, because profit is everything after all their expenses, you know? And a lot of the money they take, well, I don't know if a lot, but I'm assuming a portion of the money they take from these bigger authors goes to financing the smaller authors in the hopes that they also pop off and get big and become big authors. But it is a gamble, it is a risk. And so you have to, you know, not, you don't have to, but the trend is to rely on the smash hits to finance and fund everybody else, you know? And if you suddenly get the smash hit saying, and I'm not saying they don't have the right to say this, they absolutely have the right to say, no, I want a bigger cut. But once they do that, then that's going to trickle down and it's going to affect the people, the newcomers, the people who, and that's kind of, does that make sense? I know I'm not speaking very eloquently on it, but it's because I don't understand the industry very well. But I think I'm just saying that there are consequences to both paying people fairly and like arguing over what the idea of fair pay is. Because I think the other side of the argument is people were like, why are you paying Stephen King specifically so much money when there are so many other awesome authors who could be? I mean, that's a huge conversation right now about the mid-list dying, and the mid-list is dying because the top authors are, well, I don't know if it's dying because the top authors are asking for more, but because those top authors are getting paid so much, you know? I don't know if that's why the mid-list is dying, but
isn't the mid-list dying because the top authors are like getting, it's like disproportionate, and then some are like there's certain debut authors, like when they're having the whole discussion on Twitter about like what publishing paid me, about how N.K. Jemisin, who is one of the best fantasy authors of the modern age, who's literally won so many Hugo Awards, was only given a very small amount of money for her debut novel, and her second novel and her third novel, all of which went along to win the Hugo Award. And then some random ass middle-aged white man wrote a mediocre story and got $100,000 for it and still hasn't paid out for it.
700,000. It was 700,000.
Whatever.
That's
yes, $700,000 for a mediocre story that hasn't sold out. Because the whole thing is like you give people money because you think that's how much it's going to sell out, because eventually you'll get the royalties from it. Like the publishers want to make their money back. Like it's like there's a lot of problems with publishing. And I don't know if that's the same with.
And I just want to say this is not what I'm saying. I'm kind of, I don't even know if I have a side that I take on this. I'm just saying that through every instance where we think, oh, this should be done differently because this in this moment isn't fair, would have underlying consequences. Now, is it very likely that, you know, the bigger companies pay their executives way too much to make sense, and that the money to the executives should be going to artists instead? Like, yeah.
Well, I think that's part of the problem. I think that's part of the problem in the music industry.
But I'm saying that that's something that I don't know is a fact. It's something I assume because there's general cynicism about executive pay and stuff, but I haven't looked at the music industry. Or 1 second, you guys talk.
Anyway, but considering like considering like what I've heard about the guy who owns what is it, Monster? No, Bad Machine labels, like it wouldn't shock me if he was taking way more than he should have for Taylor Swift's work.
I think that's just generally though in the arts.
Yeah. Like the top 1% of people in the arts who fund it are just skeezy scumbags most of the time who prey on artists who make money and line their own pockets. Like,
Also, hello, Kiffy.
hi.
I know she's hardly poor though, but it's still like, I mean, why should she get paid less because she's making more bank? Does that make sense?
I also think with the work that Taylor Swift has put in herself to change the music industry and like streaming services, like her boycott of Spotify changed the way Spotify pays all artists, not just her, not just big artists, but also small artists and indie artists who don't get to benefit like she does from bigger sales. Like most indie artists make money from places like Spotify because they're not on the radio. And when Taylor Swift fought for that, she not only fixed it for herself, she fixed it for everyone else, which is what I like about her fixing those things, you know? Like when she fixes these problems with money, like, yeah, she's making more money, but at the same time, like she's also helping other people. At least that's my understanding of it.
Jess wrote that in the music industry, her original industry, a lot of it is the record labels put up a shit ton of money in the beginning to get authors off the ground. I'm guessing she means
music artists.
So like, yeah, the labels should be making money. However, they should definitely be more fair to artists, and should always be an option for artists to buy their own masters if the labels choose to sell, and it should be a fair market value and not a price gauging situation where they can't afford it. And Sam thinks that's the core issue of it all.
I mean, yeah. I mean, it's the same in the movie industry too, where executives and people who are like in the production company and stuff and higher ups get paid way more than the people who actually work on set. Like I'm sure those people who work behind the scenes in music industry as well as in publishing get paid pennies of what they deserve for these. Like that's a whole thing in Hollywood now is like literally Hollywood went, or not Hollywood, but like a couple of, I forget what they're called, but people who work on sets went on strike because they're not giving fair work conditions. Like they're literally being treated awfully and given awful, unlivable conditions and unlivable pay to work on these things while people in Hollywood continue to line their pockets. And I think it's a similar situation probably in music. And I know it's definitely like that in publishing.
Yeah, it just like this. And people gave her such a hard time for it too. Well, I'm like, I mean, it makes no sense.
It doesn't. I'm really glad Scarlett Johansson did that. Like, was basically like, Disney, you owe me my money. Because they were really trying to gyp her. They were trying to take away money from her. And that's not fair. Like, you signed a contract, Disney. You have enough money. Fucking pay your artists. Even if there are people like Scarlett Johansson who has millions and millions of dollars.
Yeah. A lot of TV shows got cancelled because of the writer strikes. Ripped to shreds.
Yeah. Ripped to shreds.
Violet wrote, you have to remember that there are a lot of famous singers that aren't writing their stuff.
And I have no idea how fairly those people are being paid either.
No clue.
No clue.
Jess wrote, similarly, L.J. Smith, Vampire Diaries author, she was only contracted for a few books in that series, and the publishing house actually had it in the contract that they owned her characters. Ooh.
Yep. Literally, there's other people writing under her name. I don't know if it's still that way, but...
Isn't it always big industry people taking advantage of everyone around them, but especially those who don't have a platform, because what are they going to do? Sam wrote, authors should also be allowed to buy their copyrights back. I know of a couple of traditionally published authors who, when they got big enough, wanted the rights to their own story. Miranda wrote, it's easy to say that these high-tier people are just being greedy, but so much of it is really fighting for other people. If the people with high name ID say something, the news pick up on it. Yeah, like you said with Taylor Swift and like how she changed how artists are paid through Spotify and streaming services. Like, sure, I mean, her motivation might be herself, but it's also like beneficial to everyone, including smaller artists.
So, yeah.
Jesse continued, Jessica, and so they cut her out and started using their own ghostwriters who they could pay less and make all the dollars. That is wild. That feels illegal.
It's if it's in the contract. I'm sure it's not anymore.
Well, the lawyer I watched on YouTube, she says that something like there's always the thing where if a contract is super unreasonable, you can try it in front of a court. Of course, that in itself is super expensive, and like a big company, like a big publisher, will have the lawyers and the funds to back up those lawyers, while a small author, or I don't know how big this person is, LJ Smith, but like they might not have the same possibilities of funding a lawyer like that. So while there always is the option to take in front of the court, like taking something to court in general is like a huge privilege.
Yeah, it really is. Mm-hmm. Yep.
Sam said one author got all their rights back and was able to fix things she had to change that she hadn't liked. The other was still fighting for her series back last I checked. Aww.
I hope she gets it.
I think the key in all of this is to take all its knowledge with us if we ever go traditional and read our contracts and fight for our rights to party and don't sign just anything to get there.
That's true. Mm-hmm.
That's true.
That's
Can't
why
relate, though.
Yeah, you're indie publishing, so you got all your rights.
I mean, first step of the road is writing a book, and I haven't gotten there, so let's see. Might not even publish at all. This is literally the secret theme of the thriller I'm working on. Big corporation taking advantage and the little guy using some collective bargaining. I'm intrigued.
I'm also intrigued.
We should make sure we have options to buy out our own creations and never sign away the rights to our IDs.
Yeah. Yep.
And I actually think we are a little bit early, but I think I'm going to end the stream here now. I
Oh,
was planning on
okay.
ending around the 6 o'clock mark, and it's now 10 past.
Okay. We're going to wait for Wallace to return, and we're just going to...
Yeah, well, let's do like a 10-minute cooldown sprint and wait for Wallace, and then we'll say our adieus, and then we will see you next Friday, peeps. It has been a week. If you want to evaluate both you two and the audience, if you want to evaluate the streamathon, how was it?
Well, how could we improve?
How can we improve? Give feedback.
I should have made a form.
We can improve by never doing this again.
Devasia is over it.
Annual, not guaranteed.
Yeah, annual, not guaranteed. Well, I also think we can improve by not getting a booster shot in like the second day into the sprintathon.
Well,
but I do highly state and say and explicitly say that you should always get vaccinated instead of a sprintathon. It's not a contest. So I agree with your decisions. Not that you need my blessings to live your life, Devasia, but you have them.
Get boosted. That's your sign if you haven't already.
Get boosted.
And if you're an anti-vaxxer, you're not welcome here.
Have fun on your vacation, Genevieve.
Have fun
on your vacation, yeah.
Oh no.
Goodbye, Miranda.
Devasia was not here for this suggestion. But yeah, a 10-minute sprint while people think about how NaNoWriMo Sprintathon has gone for them. And then we're going to say our goodbyes after.
After 10 minutes.
After 10 minutes. Let's see. Bloop, bloop, share. Bloop, bloop. Cream.
Delicious.
Delicious.
Big
peach.
one.
Oh, she's having a moment.
A violinist. Oh, oop, she's falling asleep. Oop, get her a vitamin.
Get her vitamins. There you go. See ya. Hi.
Hello.
Hello.
How did y'all do for your cool down?
I hope.
I love
I'm
that we're getting a
currently-
new frame every day from you, Devasia, or every time.
I'm currently in dust rearranging hell.
Oh no. I hope you don't fall.
But yeah, it was a good sprint.
Okay.
Mine was pretty good too. I think I got like 200 words.
Ooh,
They're not good
decent.
words, but they're words.
The words.
They're words.
I was occupied during that sprint, so I didn't really get anything done.
Okay. Circling back to this conversation, Miranda, don't mind me just trying to brainwash the teens into knowing their worth through a frothy boarding school thriller. I'm here for this. Yes.
Me, yes.
I was rereading the comments. Were you guys gonna leave, but then decided to do one final sprint or something? Because everybody's like, "Oh, bye," and then you're in a sprint.
Yeah, I
So
wanted to give you a chance to say goodbye too, so we're like, let's wait for Wallace to come back.
that was sweet. Thank you,
Godspeed on vacation, Genevieve. Godspeed, even.
John.
Speed.
And absolutely not Miranda. Cancelled immediately, no. Jessica, also giant fuck yeah to our queens like Taylor and Scarlett, who are setting precedent in their industries. Yes. I feel like my excitement for today's stream wasn't as high as it usually is, as I've seen your faces every day this week. There was no anticipation. This is the most polite way I've ever been told that, please stop.
Yeah, and
Please never
actually,
do it again.
we're gonna get your wish because we decided after this week of streaming that we're actually gonna take 6 weeks off completely. So
Yeah.
it's gonna be you guys have 6
Yes.
weeks to like miss us and forget how annoying we are, and then we'll see you guys back like kind of right at the start of March, and it's gonna be
And
awesome.
we'll circle back.
Circle jerk back.
Circle jerk.
Shut the fuck up.
5 out of 5.
You got it in at the end. Also, Jess is streaming tonight at 8 a.m. PST. EST, yes.
There you go.
Which is her usual sprinting time, and it's always a grand time. And I don't know what she will do, but maybe she'll have long sprints, which is one of my favorite things she does.
I love her long
How about a full wake of streams? How about you host that yourself, Arthur and Sophie? We should do the opposite next time. 3 rats and 1 cat on stream. That's actually a good idea. I
Ooh.
like it.
Mm.
I'll. Do we have a secretary for today? Is that me? I'll just star mark this comment and keep it starred. We're slowly moving towards a 24/7 365 streamathon, which is the
not
ultimate
me.
goal.
That's like Truman Show level of awful.
Yeah, that sounds like an immediate no from me, fam. Like, no.
Let's see. Jess got 311 words. Oh, that's fucking amazing for 10 minutes. That's usually like a day's worth of me. Mara got 600 words and time for angst. Yes. Miranda was excited to see the whole group together. Also, she hates all. Let's see. 6 weeks? What should we do with that, y'all? Maybe
You guys, it'll
Have a
be
life?
good. It'll be good breather, a refresher.
Have a
Also,
life,
gives
maybe?
us a break.
I promise I won't forget how annoying you are, the Troublemakers. Thank you, keeping us humble as always, Michael. Crystal, it's not that I have trust issues, but I don't believe the 6 weeks off is a real thing. If our CEO, Wallace, has deemed it necessary, then so it shall be. I'm sorry. The 24/7 streamathon is just the rat chat and no one else is ever there. It's fair enough.
Fair enough.
Oh, that makes me so sad. Use the rat chat, guys. The rat chat is such a fun place.
Do you want to give a round of applause to yourselves for this fucking longest week of my life? And also
Seriously.
maybe some introductions.
No, I'm just so tired.
If y'all haven't been here and you don't know who we are by now,
Oh,
get out.
oh, stop,
Don't
you
know,
guys.
stay.
Oh my god.
I'm just gonna end this on a nicer note than these bitches were planning to. So
I was about to say something
oh.
nice.
say something nice, Wallace.
First of all, I was going to say, that's Katie. In case you don't know, that's Devasia. I'm Olissimo. I can no longer confirm that there's going to be a video going up on my channel later today. Because I wasn't as productive during this stream as I thought it was going to be because things kept happening at the house that needed to be taken care of. So we'll see. If it goes up, it's going to be like at 8 p.m. Eastern. So, but I hope everybody has a fabulous weekend. And even though we won't be seeing you next week, we'll still be in the Discord. So come hang out in the Discord. Also, I'm totally just kidding. We're hanging out next week.
Yeah.
Oh,
For a
yes,
second,
yes.
you almost had me convinced, and I was like, wait, did we discuss this?
No.
Bye.
Father, Son, and House